Right. Okay, let me check it out. 大家听得到我声音吗？OK。嗯，OK。我们可以再等4分钟，如果没有太多人进来，我们可以先开始。那这个话会录下来，然后放在网络上。是我们微软学生大使活动之一。那如果实验室的人有兴趣的话，也可以在上面就是看一下我们的内容。那我们再等一下。 我再等一下下，或许我可以先开始。反正这有录影，所以应该没有问题。OK。Oh, hi Mac. Oh, long time no see, huh? Okay, cool. Oh, no time. It has been quite a long time that we have collaborated with our event, our hosting event. Yeah, so we are about to get started on 10. So we're coming down about 2 minutes to go. While waiting for more people to come in. Okay, I'm not sure if there's a link. Copy link. Okay, let me check. Cool. Let's see. Okay, so let's get started first. Um, okay, so today, welcome to the first event in this winter as a Microsoft Student Ambassador. So this event is organized by the Microsoft Student Ambassador. It's a global program for the college student around the world to learn more about technology and how to. You also utilize the power of technology to help others to solve problems and also build communities among your peers on your campus. So here's a very exciting link to talk to you guys today and to share our experience on how to code you with your peers, how to do programming with your peers remotely and instantly with the Git and GitHub platform. So very exciting thing for you guys to get into this session. And in this session, we have two parts. One is in English, another one is in Chinese. So we aim to like reach maximum amount of audience. So if you guys are interested or your friends probably interested in this event, feel free to share a link with them and to get together to join us in this event. Okay, so we'll start with English version session. Well, first one will be English, second one will be Chinese. The content basically the same, but still we will try to help you guys. So if you have any question about the content within this session, feel free to bring out in the chat session, or we do have YouTube live stream, so I can probably share this link with you guys. So if you are interested in filming replay on YouTube, so you can use the link to do so. Okay. And also for the certification list event, this event will be recorded for the future verification for a Microsoft program. So I just let you guys know about this so far. Okay, so today we're going to talk about code repairs. Code repair is a very important concept in terms of software engineering because sometimes you don't simply write your code on your own. You have to collaborate with others. So how can you do that is something that we're going to share with you guys in this session. It is very briefly talk about GitHub and Git. Okay. So today's agenda, we start with orientation. I wanted to see if there anyone have similar experience in programming or in similar experience in software engineering, and more importantly, how you can collaborate with others by using Git and GitHub. And also, we're going to talk about Git and GitHub, more specifically into some of the popular commands you can type in on your command prompt on Mac OS and as well as Windows PC. And also, we're going to talk about QA session. So we will pause here a little bit and to see if there's any question anyone is wondering how to get started on this that's kind of a project or how can I do this, you can feel free to bring out in the QA session. Essentially, we were introducing the Visual Studio Code, which is a very powerful IDE or code editor that help you to do programming and also debugging as well. And more importantly, you can use VS Code to seamlessly integrate Git and GitHub on this platform. In summary, we're going to talk about a little bit, summarizing a little bit of what we've done today, and we're going to move on to the final QA session. So today we are very happy again to see you guys here within the session, and we are glad to share the power of GitHub and VS Code from Microsoft and some of the popular functionality that you can take advantage of. Okay, so let's start with orientation. Is there anyone would like to share your experience in developing software with GitHub or VS Code? Does anyone have similar experience in doing this? Okay. If okay, so if there's such experience is totally fine. But for me, I can would like to share my own experience because for me, VS Code is very powerful. I can show you guys later, and it can simply very seamlessly integrate GitHub with VS Code. And you can use command prompt to type the per selective commands on VS Code to use GUI interface to communicate with GitHub platform using Git. So it's really powerful for useful when it comes to solving your entrepreneurial project, for example, or your open source project on the GitHub platform. So it's very exciting to see the potential of this platform and how it could bring to this community as well. Okay, cool. So let's get to the next slide. So I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Mark, or in Chinese, my name is Hao Yuan, and I am a computer science student at Dangang University. Also, I'm a Microsoft Student Ambassador building a tech community with Google Developer Student Club on my campus as well. So I'm now an avionics engineer at Space Technology Lab at TKU. It's very exciting. We are building a solid rocket for our next launch. And also, I am content creator. I have my own YouTube channel and my blogs. So I'm still continue to building all this content. I'm trying to reach more audience and share my experience in coding and technology as well. So, firstly, my name is Mark. If you wanted to know more about technology or is any interest you wanted to share, feel free to leave the comment in the YouTube live stream, or there will be a chat room you can see on the MS Team, and we can hopefully can consider some of the comments as the next event topics. Okay, cool. Next, let's talk about what is Git. A brief introduction to Git. Git is a software. It's simply just a software, open source software. developed by Linux developer Topher. And the reason why he developed Git is because that he wanted to have a software that is able to check the change in any set of file to help him collaborate with other developers in the development of Linux kernel, which is software for a specific operating system called Linux. And usually it's used for collaborating works among programmers collaboratively developing source code. So it basically can use Git to help you manage your software. That's it. So Git is very powerful, but also simple to use. And so when it comes to Git, it basically has three keywords. Like first one will be repository. Repository, you can imagine like repository as a folder or a directory that contains all your source code needed to run your software. The second one will be version control. Version control means that you can check all your files with GitHub on a certain with certain version, so that if any problem with your software, you can roll back to the specific version to manage your software easily. So all of this come together will be a software management and collaboration, which with GitHub you can share your software with others on GitHub platform. And also you can manage that with GitHub. We're going to show that later. Okay, so this is some of the popular Git commands. Git command, Git is basically a software. It can be it's basically a command line interface software. So that you can simply type Git blah blah init, for example. You can type Git init to initialize a Git repository that contains a Git file that allows you to manage your software. Also, you can put all your source code into a Git repository to upload it onto the GitHub. And also, you can using your Git commit and Git push to commit a repository and push it to the GitHub or GitLab. So basically, there's the two popular repository hosting platforms that take advantage of Git is GitHub and GitLab. And I personally prefer using GitHub because not just because I am a Microsoft student ambassador, but because its interface is truly awesome, and I want to show you guys later. And you can use Git pull to pull down the repository from the cloud to your local device, so that you can update your source code with Git pull. Also, Git add you can add a file and Git check out to check your file directory. So how to manage software with Git and GitHub. Okay, that's really interesting. So before I get deeper, I wanted to share some of my experience on that. So I'm gonna give you a brief demonstration on how to use Git and GitHub to manage own software. So you can simply type, okay, I'm gonna open my browser using, which is I'm not sure you guys can see it, but okay, cool. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, so you can simply type github.com and get into GitHub. So if you have a GitHub account, simply sign in, or if you're not, probably you need to open a GitHub, sign up for a GitHub account. So you can simply type create a new repository. The reason I do this on GitHub rather than using Git command is because on this interface you can simply use GUI, which is a graphical user interface, to simply use that, take advantage of GUI to make your own repository and clone it down to your local computer. That will be much easier for beginners, also faster for professional programmers. So okay, I can create a repository name as demo. Cool. So this is available. This code, the demonstration. This is a demonstration for the okay, you can say it to the public, which everyone on the internet can see the repository. So you can simply type the URL and you can see the repository. In private, which is not visible to everyone, only to the one you have invited to this repository.
Okay, so here's some extra stuff that you can take a look at. Add the README file for people not which not who are not familiar with the programming. README file is simply a markdown file that allows you to document some of the detail of the program so that people can read that file first before they get into your source code. Okay, edit. The git ignore just simply can use git ignore or git ignore file to ignore some of the files within your repository. Sometimes it can be helpful for a programmer to maximize the performance of the repository in terms of the size. Also, you can use license. There are a lot of license you can choose from, like GNU, MIT, and Apache's license. But simply, I would just leave it alone. So create a repository. And by the way, a repository in the most programming world, like repository simply pronounced as repo. Repo. So when some programmers say repo, then that's simply just a repository. Okay, so you can use code right here. You can just click it and use clone function. So you have to install Git on your computer. So for example, you can open a command prompt on my Windows laptop, and the command prompt you can use git version to see if you have successfully installed Git. Yes, I do. So I got my own version called 2.33.0.windows.2, which is my own Git version installed on my computer. If you are not yet installed it, you can take a lot of tutorial online to see how can you like install your own Git software. And once you have that, you can simply switch to your designated directory and clone the file down. So click it, you can click URL, and the amazing thing about Git is it can simply download the entire repository like this. Click a demo, so that's it. You can see the directory. You already have a demo directory, which you can regard it as a folder within a GUI interface. Okay, so look at that. Okay, so I'm not sure if I can use installation code. No, okay. Okay, so far you can see that I'm open the file, open the folder on my VS Code directory demo. Okay, so I trust the author. And here's the README files. README file, you can see that it's basically totally the same from the GitHub. So cool. So we can add something. So hi, hello, how are you? Highlight. Okay, or introduction to MLSA, MLSA event. Okay, here's the change to my file. So you can see if you already installed extension on your VS Code, so you can see that here's the change for your file. Okay, so here's the change for your file, so you can see that you already add a line in a description to your file. So how can I push or commit this file to GitHub? You can simply type Control Shift plus P, which open the command prompt within VS Code to commit your file first, which like I wanted to send a mail. I want to commit the mail. Okay, I need to write the address or something like that. So I need to write a message to the people to the destination I wanted to commit. Okay, for example, update. I can simply type update. And here is one of the most important part of software collaboration, because if you simply type, for example, hi, no one will understand what you're doing with your change to the source code. So if I can select like intro to MLSA edit, it will be more visible to actually bring more clarity to the entire software project especially for all collaborators that can see your chain to source code, and much easier for them to check your and understand your software. So you can tap it, and you can see here's a change, and here we can push the software to the GitHub. So I can send my email or send my mail to my destination. So here I push it. As you can see here, I'm not sure. As you can see here, you can wait a moment. Okay, so you can see here's a change all introduction to MLS again. So here's I'm gonna give you a tour on how to uh use GitHub. So give you a tour on GitHub platform. So here's got my own root, which is my account for my on my GitHub. And here's a repository, which is slash demo demonstration. So here's the code you can get, and then here's the issue. If there's any issue with your source code, or you other people are feeding your code and there's an issue you wanted to ask, because we use issues up to this session to ask questions. And also we have pull requests and also more advanced feature action. What will be related to Azure? I probably can adjust that later if time is available. Azure is really powerful in deploying web applications. And also project, you can use this GitHub Kanban board to manage your software project in Wicked, security, insight, and setting of software. Okay, so if I wanted to make a change to the source code, for example, I wanted to fix the typo here. Okay, committed to direct committed change. Okay, so I already fixed the typo, but here the problem is I haven't changed over here. How can I do that? Well, I can pull the change from the GitHub to the local directory. So for example, yes, you can use command prompt, Control Shift plus P to pull the repository. So you can see the chain. Bingo! Here's the chain to your source code. So imagine it's a JavaScript script or it's a Python script. If there's any error, you can directly fix this on the GitHub, and then you can pull it down to your local computer later on. So that's basically the first stage of entire event. So if anyone has any question related to this presentation, you can either ask it in Chinese or English. I'm happy to have your question, and I'll try my best to answer it. Or we can pause here for a moment. Okay, so if there's no question for this part, we move on to the next part. Okay, so to use Visual Studio Code with Git and GitHub. Okay, here's some interesting things about Visual Studio Code. Okay, what is Visual Studio Code? Visual Studio Code. This is Visual Studio Code. It's a co-editor plus IDE integrated development environment, which is help developers and programmers to develop their own software with ease. So, I'm going to do that. I wanted to show you some extension you can take advantage of on your when it comes to using GitHub. For example, this extension, which is kind of a plugin that you can install on VS Code, is officially from GitHub. You can install that on your VS Code software. You can plug into the VS Code so that you can have this kind of feature like this. There's a source control and the GitHub right here. So also, once you're done with installation, you can take a look at this GitHub page, so that you can see the pull request and the issue here. So if there's any problem with the if there's a pull request from other developer, then you can directly see it within this screen right over here, so that you can review the code to see if you wanted to execute this function. And source control wall, I believe, was the most common screen you'll probably gonna use during the software development session. So you wanted to commit the file, and you can use this feature to do so. So let me basically give a tour on this, and let me check it out. Let me check it out. Wait a minute. Okay, let me check it out. Okay, so far, I can give a demonstration. Okay, but I probably already skipped most of I'm not skipping. I'm probably okay. So the next style we were talking about is branch. Branch is very important. In terms of defining the software, because if you are defining your software, need to have the software prepared for production, which push to the client side. And also you need to have a branch that is for testing or development. So that once the testing or development is done, you can merge into the main branch. So that the software is more stable and secure as well. So it's a much more, I'm going to say much more advanced, but it's a advanced feature for sure. But for this part, I'll give you just a quick introduction to how can you create a new branch. And if you wanted to use branch, I would highly suggest you need to download GitHub desktop so that you can manage your own branch from this software. And probably is the only way you can do this on your PC. So here you can create your own branch. Let me see. Okay. Wait. Alright. I'm not sure. Okay, cool. Because where's creation button? Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. So here you can use this feature as well to use git create branch. Like test. Here you can already have change, publish, change. And here you can start use VS to do this. Okay, here you got active branch, branch. So you can see here is main branch. It's got two branches, test branch and main branch. So that you can use this version of software to manage your own repository. And you can simply manage all this software on with this desktop manager. Okay, cool. So here's basically the end of the English session. So I'm not sure if anyone have any question for this for this part of the um for this session. Okay. Well, okay. So I will probably jump into. So I'm going to summarize it a little bit. First thing I'm going to summarize with first thing. We learned what is Git and what is GitHub and what is VS Code today, and how to use VS Code with GitHub to manage your own software. And some of the key idea we have to keep in mind when developing software with all this remotely. And here's basically what we learned today from this session. Okay, if there's any question, feel free to bring it out within the chat session. Or you can simply or you can simply open the microphone to do so. Okay, cool. So thank you. 好，那我接下来会用中文讲。那对，就是像是中文的版本。那今天的话，很高兴各位可以来参加我们的这个活动。那这主要活动主要是有两个目的。第一个是就是这是个微软学生大使的活动。那所谓的微软学生大使，我在介绍。那我们这个是一个除了学生微软大使外，这也是为了显示我们做了一些推广软体开发的一个活动。OK， 好，那我们这个 agenda 就我们今天会看到，就第一个的话就是我们会从 orientation introduction to Git and GitHub， 那我们会了解一下 Git 跟 GitHub 在做什么，然后我们会有 QA 的部分，然后最后我们也会讲到 VS Code 要怎么做，然后 summary，然后到最后的 QA 这样。 那 orientation 的话，我可以先跳过。那今天的话，其实我就是浩源，那我是实验室成员之一，那同时也是淡江大学资工系成员。那最后我是一个微软学院大使，那我也同时也跟 Google 开发社合作。那所谓微软学院大使是什么？也就是我们目的就是启发我们周边的社群去做更多的创造，利用科技去做更多的创造，解决问题。这就是我们的使命。那 be a force for good 就是我们的任务，这样子。OK，那什么是 Git 呢？那 Git 其实是一种软体，它这种软体是一个CLI，就是 Command Line Interface，就是你所看到了指令界面的一个软体。那它是一个 Open Source 软体，也就是说你基本上可以免费使用，同时你可以看它的 source code，就是它的原始码。那这东西呢，其实可以帮助你去追踪你的软体开发，也就是说，你任何的在这软体里面任何的改变，它都可以利用 Git 这个软体去追踪，然后放在 GitHub 上，你就可以看到整个软体的开发流程跟变化。那这很重要是就是因为你会跟别人开发合作的时候，你就可以利用 Git 软体去跟他们协作，所以它有不同的版本改变，你也可以有不同的改变，然后最后可以 merge 在一起，然后变成一个完整的 repository。那我们就会讲到几个关键字，就是 repository，就说其实就是一个所谓的类似像个资料夹，那这个资料夹比较特别，就是说它是放软体的资料夹，它是可以放软体，也就是说你的软体呢，你如果要执行的软体，你的 repository 就会有所有需要的 component 这样子。那再来就是说你的 version control，也就是说 version control 就是所谓的版本控制，也就是俗称的版控。那这个版本控制很重要，也就是说如果你有开发软体，那你可能有不同版本，因为你有不同功能嘛，可能你一开始会有第一版、第二版，那功能会增加或删减。那这些版本呢，就是很重要，是在 debugging 的时候，就是在除错的时候，重要的地方是说，因为你有所谓的 debugging，你有需要 debugging，所以你可能要 roll back 去原本的版本，那 GitHub 就会非常好用。对，那再来就是软体的开发、管理以及协作，那就是我们等下会看到的一些功能，这样子。那我们讲到 Git 的话，它会有一些指令可以用，那这个就是 Git init，是它就会初始化这个 Git repository。那之后它会讲到一个 commit 功能跟 push 功能。commit 跟 push 其实就像寄信一样，你要先写信 commit 嘛，然后 push 就是把信送到对方那边，所以这就是 commit 跟 push 的一个概念。那 pull 就是把它拉下，就是收信，然后再就是 add 就是把你的信封加入一个资料。然后就是 check 是看看这个你这个信封呢里面的内容是什么。好，尤其是你的那个组织的架构，就是说那个 directory 它的结构是什么，要用这个 git checkout 去做这件事情。然后 git 跟 GitHub 呢，就是我们将会讲完之后，我们统一去再介绍一次这 git 跟 GitHub 部分。那基本上 git 跟 GitHub 呢，其实就是一个嗯就是一个软体跟一个平台来管理我们的software 这样子。OK，那我们等下会可以看到，就说，那我如果用 VS Code 去使用 Git 跟 GitHub 的，那这个东西其实我们会看到，我们最重要的就是用版本控制跟 pull request，还有 remote collaboration，就是说你要如何去做这件事情，这非常重要。OK，那我们接下来会看到一个 demonstration，就是说，好，我现在刚刚大家可能有看到，我们已经 create a repository。那我们在 create 这个 repository 的时候，我们做任何改变，其实可以直接在这个在这个 editor 上面做。那基本上呢，你可以看到这有不同的 branch，就是我刚刚 create 的，就是刚刚那个 session，如果大家有发现的话，就其实我们有 main 跟不同的 branch，我们有 main branch 跟 test branch。那 main branch 跟 test branch 就很重要的地方是，我们可以比如说我们开发完之后，我们先去做测试，然后再放到 main branch 里面。那所谓的放呢，就是在我们的 software collaboration 的话，就是 merge，把它 merge 在一起。就是比如说你加这些功能，那我剩下这东西，然后 merge 成一个完整的程式码这样子。对，那这个东西很快，其实VS Code 可以用一些VS Code 有一些自动化功能，可以让你做这件事情，你也不需要花太多功夫。对，假如我想所谓 test bench，那我就是先可以在我 test bench 里面做。OK，那我 test bench，那我可以看到说，哎，我现在有我的程式码 ，OK，或者是一个 markdown file，那我要怎么去改变？OK，我们可以看一下说，这是 MLSF event，那我就加这个东西好了。那加这东西之后，我要怎么做？就是我可以 commit，就是我要先写信，好，我写信，那我要写什么信呢？好，content 对，那这个很重要的地方是什么？就是如果我们没有这个东西的话，别人会很难了解你对这个城市码到底做什么改变，所以这个非常重要，你要加一些关键词，然后一些关键的语句，让他可以了解说，大家可以了解说你这个东西到底做了哪些改变，你做了哪些事情。对，然后再你写完信，那我要送信哦。那送信的话，我们可以从这里看到，就是你自己看到，OK，这里已经有改变了嘛？那我要进去，其实这个其实按下去，对，那就按下去，这也可以，这也是一种方法啦，就是刚才可以push 嘛，那我也可以用这个方法去把它弄上去。那弄上去之后，你就可以去我们的 GitHub 上面看。OK，我们去我们的 GitHub 上面看，OK，那就会看到这个我们test merge 可能再跑一次。基本上都没有 MLS create event，那我们就看到，那我们就看 OK，它有一些改编嘛，那你就 compare 跟 pull request 就可以看说，它可以看说，我可以把它 merge，就是把我刚刚写的那个东西弄到我的 main 里面，OK，他说 able to merge，OK，那可以 automatic merge，那就太好，那我就可以写说，我就可以 create 给 pull request，那这 pull request 就是说，比如说我们现在团队有 A 跟 B 跟 C，B 跟 C 写完程式嘛，那 A 假设是组长好，他要去管理这个程式嘛，那你就要 create 一个，比如 B 可能就 create 一个 pull request，那我们就可以 review 这个东西，好，这个东西没有问题，那我就放到 main branch 里面。好，那这个东西就是 content edit，然后我就说 here，当然这是因为 demonstration，所以我没有放太多的细节，但是如果真的实际在开发的时候，最好是可以有一些东西你写详细一点，就是说，我做了什么东西，是需要有些需要注意的。对，here is the pull request， 放 mark 好了。OK，然后就 create 一个 pull request，然后这里就会看到这个 pull request 的部分，那你就会看到如果它真的没有问题，你去看，你就可以 review 这个 code。那如果真的没有问题的话，那我们就可以直接 merge，然后这里就可以确定 confirm，然后完全 merge 之后，我回到这里，看到 main，也是有看到 MLSA 里面这里，所以我这样就把它 merge 成功，这是比较进阶的 GitHub 功能。那如果我要下载程式码，要 clone 下，就是复制下来的话，我就可以直接用这个刚刚看到的这个 command，我们就可以直接用这个来做。对，所以这大家就基本上 GitHub 的完整的功能使用，基本上 GitHub 就是在用这些东西。对，那然后如果需要一些更进阶功能，那基本上它上面都有 documentation，大家可以去看。然后因为我很建议大家可以下载GitHub Desktop，因为它很多进阶的功能管理都会在用 GitHub Desktop 来做到这件事情，它网也是有，大概只能做到九成到8成的功能这样子。OK，那就是因为我们刚刚其实讲过各式各样的功能，然后一些介绍。那我想好奇大家最近学到的东西，其实我们今天讲的是 GitHub 跟 Git 这个功能。那除了最重要的是，其实我们如何用 VS Code 来做到这个两个平台的使用，一个软体一个平台的使用这样子。那今天就是大家我们讨论跟学习到的东西。那好奇问问看大家有什么样的问题，或什么想要了解的部分。OK，那大家有什么好奇想问的？OK。OK，好，那这个就是我们大概今天的 MLSA 的活动，那我们就会大概会先暂停，就是停在这里，然后就会先